show you something. Let me have the camera here. What I just did, I just replaced this unit right here. And I did, before this was facing up and everything was different. It was on this side of on the outlet of this filter. Here's how everything ended up being hooked up. And let me show you why I had to replace that. So let me tell you the story. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and Darla's awake. She's out in the living room. So I go to see what she's doing. She said, well, I can't sleep, and da, da, da. So I said, okay. So I said, well, come in when you get tired. So I went back to bed. KG and I were all snuggled up, and I was almost asleep, and Darla was almost asleep. And then all of a sudden, kaboom! It sounded like someone ran into the side of the motorhome, like with a truck or something. And couldn't figure out what it was. And I'm looking, I'm listening, and all of a sudden I hear like water running. Well, what had happened is this filter sprung a leak. There's the pieces. The bottom of this thing blew out. I mean, this thing's probably 5 or 6 years old, and it's been just fine. I notice there's a crack in there too. It was getting full pressure from the line. We're at my buddy's house here in Arizona, and his water pressure is like 80 psi, man. It's super high. I had no idea. So now there's a short piece of hose that if there's too much pressure, it's going to pop that little hose instead of popping this. But man, it did a number on it. And it woke us up, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
It did. So I came out here at 4 o'clock in the morning and water was just pouring out of here. As you can see, it's still a little wet, but I just got done. When you go to put these things in, you gotta have a valve turn on and off, on and off, on and off, because you'll find out that they leak. There's almost no way to keep them from leaking. So got a little overflow here, but we're all fixed. There's my buddy Ernie. Wave hi to the people. You and I have been really good buds since we were 16 years old. We met in a car club in California.
I'm a smarter one.
And I'm a better looking one.
I let him fix it and I just tell him how.
And as you can tell, he's got a Cuban accent. And if you walk around, we should do a deal on your house.
You should.
Yeah, you want to do a video?
Sure, why not?
We're going to do a video on Ernie's house. This place is kind of amazing. Ernie comes from Cuba. He came here when he was 10 years old, right? Yeah. With nothing, because it was communism. And when he came about like this, just dressed. That's all he came with. So Ernie's one of those type of guys, if I was to give him this box, he'll never get rid of it.
I will save it.
He'll save it for life. So I'm not getting in this box. Anyway, we're going to do that video here in a second. You want to do it?
Yeah, sure. Let's get Lori in there.
Well, hello, YouTube. Today is a special day. We're on a road trip now. We're heading back to Arkansas. But we came by a friend of mine, Ernie. Him and I have been friends for almost 50 years. We met in Downey, California. We were in car clubs together, and we just kind of became really good friends over the years. And we lost contact for about 15 or 20 years, and then we managed to, my wife kept always telling her about Ernie, and one day she started looking him up, and she found him, and we kind of did a reunion. And we've been just getting together every so often and talking once in a while and hanging out and stuff like that. And I'll tell you, it's always a pleasure to talk with Ernie. And Ernie is a very, very, very interesting guy. And we're going to talk with him, and I'm going to let him share things about his life. It has a lot to do with what's going on in the world today. We'll give you kind of a different look on things and why Ernie is the way he is. So I'm going to turn this camera around, and I'm going to get Ernie out here, and we're going to. You need to see what he does. It's very interesting. So hang in there. I'd like you to meet my buddy Ernie. We've been friends, like I said, we've been friends for almost 50 years. You can tell he looks a lot like me. He's all gray.
I hate my dad.
Yeah, that's the big joke. So, Ernie, let's start off with where you came from. People can tell you probably weren't born in this country, so why don't you give us a little information on where you come from, a little history.
Well, I was born in Cuba in 1955 and ended up coming here in 1966. And then from there on, it was all uphill. Had to work hard to be able to get to where I'm at today, but it was all worth it. That's the reason you come in to the United States for your American dream, but you have to make it happen. You have to work hard to get to where you're at. And along the way, I met a bunch of good people. Bill's one of them. Met him in a car show somewhere back in the 70s. And we have been friends ever since. Gone through a lot. We lost some years of contact, but we caught up to each other again. And when we did, we both had kids already. Which all the kids have turned out wonderful. So every now and then, you know, he'll come by and say hello as he's doing his trip across country, and it's nice to see him and his wife, which I've known for a long time, and we just go back in our childhood memories and to remember the good old days. So here I am at my house, just with Bill. So maybe you can see some of the few things I have accumulated throughout the years, because in my country we had a little bit, but we also lost everything due to the communism over there.
When you came in the United States, you basically
Had
came
nothing.
with the clothes you were wearing.
I worked really hard, and here
Ernie
we are.
you told me one time, you told me a story about where you just wanted one toy. You just wanted to bring one toy with you, and they took it away from you,
I
right?
wanted to bring one toy, and they took it away from me just before we had to turn the house over to the government, which only gave us 15 minutes without notice. You're born there, and you lose your house in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And there you are, out on the street, going to a relative's house till they call you, and then from there, you leave the country and hope for the best.
And you had visas to come over because you had family that sponsored you and everything else. So what I'd like to show you is Ernie's the type of guy that he sees value in all kinds of things. And I'm going to show you we're going to start with his front yard. As you can see, he's got a couple of really cool pickup trucks right here. And we're going to show you some of this other stuff first. So let's walk around over here and maybe, I mean, there's a cast iron stove. So tell us about this tractor, Ernie. Where'd you get this tractor from?
I came from Iowa. I used to buy my boys little toys, and I seen this one at a farm many times, and one day I had enough, and I offered to buy it, and they said okay, so I made arrangements with the guy, and I turned around and brought it home in my semi-truck, and it become the yard art, and over the years, this yard just grew to what it is now. It's been a lot of fun. And it's a conversation piece for the neighbors around here.
You got bells over there. What are those from?
Those were just given to us, but this piece here came from some farmhouse up in Tucson.
And what is that? What does that do?
I don't remember what it was called. It was supposed to have a little motor in the front, and it has some, I don't know what they call them in the back, to open up the ground, and they just walk behind it.
And there's a plow over there. I know what that is.
It's a plow there,
And this is,
part of another plow.
yeah, he's got all kinds of pots and
And
you see
there's
your,
part of a gearbox over there to some machine over there.
so this is just his yard art. He's got a windmill here. See if I can get that in there. Jerry can. You know, a lot of stuff, a lot of these things, people would, a little pig there, that's pretty cool, a little metal pig. A lot of things that people would just toss, you know. But look at the hummingbirds, yeah. And that's weird the way what is the deal with that? That must be for like a fountain or something, huh?
No, that's just a pot that you can just grow different things out of it.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Old wheelbarrow,
Old wheelbarrow,
lanterns,
lanterns,
pump,
pump, little
cat
silo.
trees. Got a bunch of cats around here. And That was an old silo from something you said.
Came from Indiana.
And steel wheels.
Some of this thing here, this one pump, I don't know where it came from. I bought it at a yard sale.
And man, you got a really nice motorhome with a doggy in the window.
That's a
Oh wait,
motorhome.
that's mine.
And the doggy.
So that's where we're parked. He has a little street over here, cul-de-sac. So we just kind of park in here for the night to stay. All right, Ernie. Well, let's go show him some really interesting stuff. So as you're going to see, Ernie has a lot of projects.
One or two.
Yeah, one or two.
One or two.
This is one that he's working on right now. And tell us the significance of this vehicle.
This is an F-350 Ranger that is becoming a highboy, and it's a crew cab. They never made a crew cab highboy, but this is going to be one of them because it's got two different chassis. And I just got it all stripped down because I'm going to just work it over because it's a very rare truck. They're out there, but they're hard to find, and if you find them, they're expensive. I have just about 99% of the stuff for it, and that's just what I'm working on.
As you can tell, he has a lot of stuff.
I have a lot of stuff,
A lot of parts.
a lot of parts. And this is what we're going to do some work on it.
And what motor are you putting in this?
460,
460.
which is underneath there. 4-speed. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, there it is.
There she is right there.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that 351 Cleveland?
I sold that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
I thought you were going to put that in your Mustang for a while, but you didn't.
No. And I'm beginning to build a patio here, so that's why you see some of the stuff that are laying out here.
Yeah. So what you learned from Ernie is when you have so much stuff, as you get more and more stuff, you keep raising the height of the brick wall.
Yeah. Yeah, the fence have to go higher. Every foot you got to add another foot to the fence.
Yeah, all kinds of drive shafts and door hinges and
You name it is here.
yeah, oil pans and yeah.
Every drawer is full of car parts. You know, I don't know what's in this one, but that one just got really nothing
Heater
in it.
hoses.
But, you know, everything is something's related to one car or another here.
Well, I want one of these shifters for my truck.
That's a hearse.
That's automatic though, huh?
That's an automatic, yeah.
That's a B&M, it says. Yeah. I like T-handles. I can never find one that will work on my pickup.
You can get them.
Yeah?
Yeah, so this is basically another project that I'm going to work on. First, I got to get this little roof on here, which I'm working on.
Yeah, he's going to put he's got wood on the bed of a trailer out here that he's going to bring over.
So,
But you have pretty much all the body panels
yeah, I
and
got
everything.
everything. A lot of you see them right there.
I see the cab isn't really bolted down. It's just
No.
sitting on there.
It was bolted down. I unbolted it.
Yeah.
I unbolted it because I'm going to just clean up the frame a little bit. And I got to cut this out and redo this because I'm going to put a later model steering box on here. Steering box on these trucks was just real sloppy. So I'm going to put a later model steering box, but I have to modify this cross member. And I have to cut this plate out and just rework this. And then I'll have real nice steering to it.
And you said they cut the front end.
The frame is cut in half, joined with another frame.
There's a kitty. There's kitties all over here. Ernie's kind of like the cat man, I guess. Catman do.
So this is the other project that I'm working on.
All right, well, let's walk around over here, and as you will notice, there are parts everywhere, all kinds of parts, and yeah, pretty cool. Starters,
You name it.
yeah,
There's spare wheels.
gas pumps.
That
and-
came from Iowa as well.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of stuff in Iowa.
There's more stuff here. It's more,
No truck parking.
more rear ends and
Yep.
spare parts for the truck outside as well.
Drive shafts.
Yeah.
We're boring the girls, but the guys are probably going, wow, I could use that for my truck, you know?
And over here is another. There's the other 390 over here. Couple steering columns, 3 steering columns, which are really hard to find. Punch your wheels and tires. And here's the other. Here's the 390 for the truck outside.
Oh, up front?
Yep, that's
That
the
white one?
390. Yeah. Running motor. They're running engines. So that's going in that.
The
truck.
orange one out front runs. He just had that running a few minutes
Yeah.
ago. This one's real nice,
This
too.
is really nice. Yeah.
Got one of those pop-up campers. And I know a little of the history of this truck here. This was a friend of mine's truck, and you did some swapping with him and ended up with this. And we'll show you, he's got a brand new motor all ready to go stand on a stand out there in the garage that he's going to put in here, right, Ernie?
Yep.
While I'm here.
When you're here.
Yeah, see, you can't do that because then you lose storage, huh?
I got a bunch of. I got my dashboards to those trucks in here,
Yeah.
and the pair of seats is that dashes are underneath the. See the dashboards underneath there?
Oh yeah, I do.
I got one there, and I got one on the other side, and there's two seats. I figure I utilize this room while the truck is doing nothing.
Yeah, and then there's more stuff here.
And there's more stuff here, more stuff. And sorry about the grass, but that's where I haven't had no time to cut it.
Ernie drives truck in his spare time.
Oh, the curtain fell off.
And okay, and then there's a Pepsi machine that you got that out of a radiator shop in Hesperia. I remember I used to drink Pepsis out of that machine.
What was his name?
Charlie.
Charlie.
Yeah.
He's just closed the place down.
Did he? I thought he sold it.
Oh, he sold it or something.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Another fireplace.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come snag that for you when I get my middle building all set up in Arkansas. I'll come and
Look at that, baby.
I
I brought that from Colorado in the back of the Subaru.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll come and get this from you, and I'll put it in my
See,
building.
I got the rest of that. I got more of those.
Oh, the pipes.
Yeah, I got like 2 more of those. So it just goes way to the top.
Wow. And a lot of bricks.
Yeah, those are supposed to be to finish in here, like those over here.
Yeah.
You know.
You gotta know that he's got so many projects. It's hard to
I'll
to
never
finish
die.
one.
I'll
Yeah.
never die.
all kinds of little collectible stuff too. The whole house is just loaded full of collectibles.
Show them the motorcycles.
Oh yeah, he's got a Suzuki over here he bought. And let's see, let me.
Show them the truck front end. That's another
Yeah.
yard art.
Yeah, another yard.
Garage art.
It's all cut off.
Gonna
And
hang
the
on
Suzuki's there. And so yeah, oh, there's 2 motorcycles. Huh? What's that? That's
wall. It's a Honda 250 scooter.
yeah. Oh, you used to carry that on your big truck,
That's the one
huh?
that was behind the Kenworth, yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
I used to be behind the Kenworth.
Ernie has one of the most beautiful trucks. It's a Kenworth W900, and if you Google Kenworth W900 Davies, you'll see it. It's beautiful.
Davies Motor Truck Company.
Yeah, Davies Motor Truck Company. Thing is amazing. Like I say, there's tons of knickknacks everywhere. Stuff is, it's certified. There's his jukebox
I bought that at the church.
at church. His little tiny car collection.
Yeah, none of them run.
Yeah. Good thing. None of them have anything that can break, huh? And then this is interesting because Ernie's had this for a while. I just noticed it when I was sitting here. We were having breakfast. And that was his aquarium. Look at the size of that aquarium. It's amazing. Crazy, man. You're crazy, Ernie.
Sometimes.
Yeah. He wants to be a full-time RVer, so he's going to have a yard sale. No.
That's what they put in the cow's face.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get that shot. There it is.
You want to try to see if it'll fit you?
No. I don't, that would be like Silence of the Lamb or
I
something.
might keep him getting in trouble with Darla.
Now, here's Ernie's garage, and what's interesting about this, I'm going to go, can we go back through here?
Just don't kill
You
yourself.
gonna come with me?
Yep.
Got to watch out. It's pretty full of stuff in here. But these 2 cars are Ernie's prized possessions. This is what is it? It's a 500
Mercedes.
Mercedes SL. It's all tricked out wheels, the whole thing. And you've had this how long?
15 years already.
How old is it?
Has it been that long?
What year is it?
94.
It's a 94.
Yeah, got low miles, convertible.
And then the car right next to it over here,
That's a C28 Camaro.
this is a 1982 Z28 Camaro that he bought brand new. I remember when he bought this car. And if you open the door right now, if you open it, how many miles are on this?
13,000.
13,000 original miles. And if you open the door, it smells like a brand new car. But this is his Camaro. We don't, it's a big hassle because these cars haven't ran in quite a while to get them fired up. But
Brand new car, look at that.
yeah, but they've been just sitting here. You drove them up. You drove them here though,
No, I
right?
trailered them here. I put them inside my trailer.
You drove them to Hesperia.
No, did we drive this to Hesperia?
Yeah, you drove both of them.
Oh, that's right, huh?
Yeah,
That's right.
I helped you move. Remember?
Did you drive both? Did you drive one?
You
of
used my little U-Haul trailer. I think my U-Haul trailer. The weight limit is like 2,000 pounds, and Ernie had about 40,000 in it.
Yeah.
And I was pulling it with. Used to have a Nissan.
Yeah.
There's some more art right there.
That was a Mercedes that I needed parts for, and I cut it up and.
Just all kinds of cool. There's a old
Traffic signal.
traffic signal.
You had that since Norwalk.
Yeah.
That's how long that's been.
Ernie and I
around.
used to live together in my house. I bought a house when I was a young man, and Ernie was living with me, and then I started dating Darla, and Ernie decided he needed to move on, and so
Still working.
yeah, there
After
it
all
is.
them years.
I had that one single one. I don't know what happened to that. I think I
don't
gave
know.
it to you back or something.
I don't know. This one in the back.
Is there a single one?
Yeah, but it's got no lenses on it.
Yeah, the one I had was, I think it was a yellow light.
Oh no, this is totally different.
And there's the dream girl. Yeah, so I mean, as you can see, Ernie's got all kinds of collectible stuff. I mean, just everything.
All those years.
So here's the that little S10 we were out there looking at. This is a beautiful car. I've ridden in this thing. This thing is so nice and pretty fast, man. There's the engine for the S10. It's ready to go. He just has to put it together. That's part of the reason why you're getting that area over there fixed up so you can work on stuff, because you don't want to take these out of the garage, right?
Well, I can work on this out here. Just all this rearrangement that I had to do here due to the city and stuff is taking a lot of time, because I had to rearrange everything that I already had set up to work here. So it's taking a lot of my time to make a different work area.
Yeah, you know,
You know.
that's one thing good about Arkansas where we're going. There's no code enforcement, period. There's no building codes, and there's nothing, you know. And that's why if your neighbor has a trashy yard, you don't complain. And the reason is because you don't want them complaining about you. So people just keep it to themselves. But it seems like the world's full of complainers anymore.
That's all it is. People just all they like to do is just complain about everybody else. Just can't mind their own business, you know.
I mean, this stuff is just everywhere. You never told me you were a professional surfer.
That was Jesus' surfboard.
And those speakers right there, those are Marantz M16 towers. And there's 4 of them. There's another one. There's another. Where's the other one?
The other was put away in the storage out back.
Anyway, those were mine. They came off. I had a complete Marantz sound system, and those things were amazing when they were rocking.
Those things were really good.
Yeah, they're loud and great bass and really, really excellent. So, but anyway, this is like the life of Ernie, my buddy.
The life of Ernie.
Yeah, and
I don't have to ask the neighbors for nothing, thank God.
yeah, they all come over. Ernie's got all the tools and all the know-how. I'm trying to crawl back out of here, and Ernie tells me, he goes, you know, people complain, and then all of a sudden they need something, and then they stop complaining because they know where to go. So, well, my brother, I know Darla and I have really enjoyed coming and visiting you again. We were trying to make this something that we do every year, because we do Quartzsite every year, and he's, I don't know, what are you, a couple hundred miles from Quartzsite, something like that, 150?
150 miles.
150 miles. So anyway, we're having fun, enjoying time here, and I thought you guys might be might like meeting Ernie and kind of hear his story. There's a lot to it. He could carry on for days and days and days, and we're just kind of showing you the edges of things. But yeah, he's an interesting guy, and if you see him, tell him you're a friend of Bill's or a subscriber of Economic Refugees, and he'll give you a hug. So anyway, bro, thanks for doing this with me. Appreciate it, and enjoy watching the video. Thanks for watching.